I'm Abir Mukherjee, author of the Wyndham and Banerjee novels set in Rajira, India, and standalone thrillers.
How does it feel to be in Torquay and in fact, the set of Poirot?
Look at this. Well, to be in Torquay again is wonderful. Devon is somewhere we come to quite often. It's a wonderful place. But to be here in Whitehaven Mansions is something extra special. I never thought I'd be sitting here. It's amazing.
Tell us a bit about Agatha Christie and her influence on you as an author.
Well, I think so many of us, if not all of us, crime writers writing today owe her such a debt of gratitude. Everything that we think we're doing, she seems to have done already. She's the wellspring from which so many ideas spring. I think all of us at some point in our lives want to write some sort of homage to her. I mean, my fourth book, Death in the East, is a locked room mystery, simply because Agatha Christie did it first and I wanted to have a go at it. So she is very important in terms of the genre, and in terms of British crime writing, there is no one bigger. At the same time, I have to say, I'm conflicted. I love Agatha Christie. I love her work. She was such a fearsome intellect, and yet she never seems to have pushed that intellect in the direction of certain aspects of the society she lived in. She never really examined the role of the underclasses or people from different backgrounds. In her novels, if I have one issue, it's that they always see the world from the upper middle class British point of view, which is great, and the world loves it. But I wish she'd given a wee bit more of her formidable intellect to looking at slightly different perspectives.
And that's something you do in your books, obviously. Tell us a bit about that.
You're right, I do. I mean, my books, my historical novels are set in Agatha Christie's period in the 1920s and 30s. They're set in colonial India. They feature a British detective called Sam Wyndham and an Indian sergeant called Surendranath Banerjee, who obviously, because the British can't pronounce names longer than one syllable, is known as Surendranath instead of Surendranath. And yeah, they're solving crimes in Calcutta and throughout colonial India. But also I am looking at the history of the period. I'm looking at colonialism. I'm looking at the Raj. I'm looking at the relationship between the British and the Indians. And it was fascinating. And I love writing the books, and I hope people enjoy reading them.
And your more recent books have kind of taken a different turn. They're set in because of the contemporary world. And tell us a bit about those and how they're quite a different feel, aren't they, from what you've done before?
They are. My most recent standalone novel is a book called Hunted, which is a thriller set just before the US election, the last US election, and it features two parents, one a white American working class woman, and the other a British Bangladeshi man, and they're thrown together in a search for their kids before their kids can commit a terrorist atrocity because they've been radicalized. So the book looks at what it is to be a parent. It looks at radicalization. It's a thriller in a way that my historical books are not. And that's because I felt I had to write something contemporary to examine the issues that we're facing today. My new book, which comes out in June, The Pinnacle, is different again. It's a thriller, but it's much more of a satire. It's a much funnier book, and it's based in Mumbai, present-day Mumbai, and it features an American actor called George Abercrombie, who moves there with his wife, the Queen of Bollywood, Sweetie Sahota. And it's wonderful until Sweetie gets murdered, and suddenly 1.4 billion Indians think George is responsible.
Read it and find out more when it comes out in June.
Please do.